Hey everyone, welcome to Sports Desk, the show that keeps you up to date on all Northern sports. I'm Logan Stewart and thank you for joining us today. The 2019 fall sports season is coming to a close here at Northern as the weather is getting colder. First, let's start with football. They went 5-3 and shared the division. They are losing many seniors this year, but still look to be competitive next year. Boys soccer made the playoffs again this season and won a home playoff game as they went 9-8-1. With a solid core of juniors returning next season, they should be available to repeat their success. Girls soccer also improved this season to 10-7-2. They also made the playoffs and won a home playoff game. Girls volleyball had an excellent season, going 19-5 as they won the division and also won a home playoff game. Girls tennis had yet another solid season as they went 14-3. Boys cross country is led by Mr. Kenny Moss and Ms. Zara Irwin. They went 7-8 this season. Girls cross country did very well this year as they went 10-3 and placed 5th in the Central Jersey Group 3 sectionals. Field hockey went 5-14 and made the playoffs, and they also won a home playoff game, and they will look to improve next year.
The girls tennis team went 14-3 this season, led by Coach Tomasetti. The team had some big wins versus RV, Cinnaminson, Delran, and Doane Academy. They had the second best record in the BCSL.
We expected to do well in the division. We expected to at least get to the state semifinal, and we expected to have a lot of fun and play with lots of unicorn swag. My favorite thing about coaching girls tennis is spending time with the girls on the tennis team. They're smart, they're funny, we have too many inside jokes. We try to dominate on Twitter. Follow us, #UnicornSwag. I think that the game that meant the most to us was when we were away at Doane Academy. They play at Mill Creek Park, and we have a tradition that we run up the big hill at the end of the match. And it also was my 100th career win, so it was fun to celebrate with our annual run up the big hill at Mill Creek Park. With this senior class, I do not believe anybody's playing in college, but we have several underclassmen on the team that I think will play in college once they graduate from Northern. I would say that part of being on the team is just being instantly accepted into the fold. If you are someone who's interested in playing tennis, but you don't have a lot of experience, that's okay. It's an opportunity for you to play a sport that you can play for your entire life. And it's also an opportunity for you to get involved with a team where you have a lot of nice girls, where you can make friends at all grade levels, and it should not be intimidating.
I think my favorite part was probably all of the girls, and we're all really close, and it's so fun to be around them, so I think that was probably the best part. I think I'm going to miss the competitive spirit, and I had the opportunity to play doubles for 4 years, and that was so much fun to have a partner, so I'm probably going to be missing that a lot. I think the game that meant the most was the one against Doane Academy, because every time we go to the park that we play them at, we run up a hill and we take a picture all together of us like jumping up, so that's probably the most special game we've had.
Great season, girls. With Northern News, I'm Giuseppe Parascondola.
The Northern Burlington boys soccer team has had a successful season, having 9 wins, 8 losses, and 1 tie, as they clinch a playoff spot. Let's see how the team reflects on their season.
We had a pretty good season. We went 9-8-1 with some pretty big wins. Clear leaders, I would have to say Andy Nava, David Cortez, and Trevor Owens.
Northern boys soccer team plays in considerably one of the toughest divisions in the area. They picked up a big divisional win early on against a strong Burlington Township and had some big non-divisional wins against Cinnaminson, Florence, and Cherry Hill West. This challenging schedule gave them lots of power points to get into the playoffs once again. Great season, boys soccer. From Northern TV, I'm Dylan Krupa.
Now let's go to the winter preview. As the holidays are approaching, the winter sports here at Northern are also approaching. Boys basketball went 12-14 last year and made the playoffs. Having mostly consisted of underclassmen, they look to come out with more experience returning to the courts this season. Girls basketball went 15-11 and made the playoffs. They will also have a new head coach in Miss Molly Napolitano this season. Wrestling went 20-6 and made the state tournament last year, and they will look to be competitive again this year. Boys bowling struggled last year, going 3-12-3. They will look to bounce back this season and improve their record. Girls bowling will look to improve this season after going 3-15 last season. Boys track went 1-3 last season and will look to improve in the cold weather outside this year. Girls track went 2-2 last year as they have talent from last year returning and will also be outside in the cold. Finally, swimming will look to improve from last season after they went 4-7. Well, that wraps up this episode of Sports Desk. Join us next year for our winter wrap-up and spring preview right here on Northern TV. All of us at Northern Sports Desk would like to wish you all happy holidays. I'm Logan Stewart. Thanks for joining us today.